Hello, my name is Penny Craigle. I have a bachelor's in early childhood education. I work as an instructional assistant in a school district in Northwest Iowa. This current school year is my 10th year in this profession. In this video, I will be discussing the multi-tiered system of support, the 3 tiers that make up this system, and how evidence-based instruction in the science of reading both support and expands this system. The multi-tiered system of support is a framework used to identify and to provide interventions for students in academic, social, emotional, and behavioral needs. This is a multi-tiered structure that is used by a school-wide team that is made up of teachers, paraeducators, counselors, specialists, and other support staff. This team works together to identify struggling students in early stages and to prevent academic failure by providing immediate interventions to at-risk students. The multi-tiered system of support uses a progressive system of 3 tiers to utilize learning, resources, and assessments to provide the best support for all students. Tier 1 uses general class, grade level instruction for all students. Tier 1 includes research-based curriculum, explicit and systematic instruction, and support for grade level standards. In Tier 1, teachers follow a systematic plan that introduces new topics and skills in a way that builds on previous student knowledge to teach the new skills and topics. Teachers use explicit instructions to teach these new skills by using teaching methods including using clear directions, demonstrating the skills for the students, using examples, and allowing opportunities for students to use the new skills, and monitoring student progress. In this tier, teachers also begin to differentiate learning by tailoring their instruction to meet the diverse needs of all students. These include English learning students, students with disabilities, students with academic challenges, and students with special needs. In Tier 1, assessment data is used to determine if students are meeting their expected target levels of learning. If students are determined to be at risk, they are separated into smaller groups for targeted interventions, where the time and intensity of instruction is increased. This is Tier 2 of the multi-tiered system of support. Student progress is carefully monitored in this stage to determine if the intervention is effective and to measure student growth over a period of time. These results determine the placement of students, if they will continue interventions in Tier 2 or if they will move on to Tier 3. If a student has little or no growth in Tier 2, more intensive and individualized interventions are then applied in Tier 3. Tier 3 interventions are often done by a specialist or special education educator, and students receive more frequent instruction specifically tailored to the student's needs. Tier 3 uses data-based decision-making, which is a more objective approach that uses the process of gathering data, analyzing that data, and planning what action to take, and evaluating results and making changes where needed. Success in the multi-tiered system of support framework is dependent on the evidence-based instruction. Evidence-based instruction is based on scientific evidence rather than trends, traditional teaching practices, and personal teacher judgments. Evidence-based instruction is relied on peer-reviewed studies that use specific tools, practices, and methods for instruction. Evidence-based instruction is used in general classrooms and is tailored to the targeted needs of all students. Evidence-based instruction should be objective, meaning the evidence will be interpreted in the same way by everyone. It should be reliable. It should be valid or show results. Will follow a systematic plan and is referred by experts. The science of reading that explains the how and why students have learned literacy skills has been developing and expanding over many decades of research in education, psychology, linguistics, and neurosciences. Children do not learn how to read naturally, but rather from a system of planned, systemic, and explicit instruction. Literary programs should include the core development of oral language, alphabet knowledge, decoding, phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and reading comprehension. The benefits of the science of reading include improved literacy rates, using data to improve instruction and providing early interventions. In order for teachers to consistently use evidence-based instruction in the science of reading, they must frequently receive professional development to expand their knowledge and have access to resources that provide the ever-developing information. Teacher knowledge is detrimental to the success of their students. In order to support growing readers, teachers need to nurture and create opportunities that will help their students become successful readers. The first step of student success is developing the understanding and appreciation of oral language. Instruction should focus on listening, speaking, and comprehension by encouraging class discussions and utilizing songs and poetry and building vocabulary. Students should also have opportunities to develop their understanding of printed language. The appreciation of written language and the awareness of the printed language that is abundant in the world around them will lead to the motivation to learn to read. Listening to informational books and stories daily or several times a day will develop a child's love for reading and to show a student why learning to read is so important, and will also show the connection between both oral and written language. All of these elements, the multi-tiered system of support, evidence-based instruction, and the science of reading combine to create the system of learning that creates opportunities for students, the support of students, and interventions that are tailored to every student's individualized needs and will lead each student on the path of success.